Well, hello. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. Though I'm in Wyoming, I'm not in Arizona. And there's lots of people in here already, so that is always fun. Xander's here, Gretchen's here, Angie's here. Starting over homestead. Oh, 91 degrees there. Yep, only about 79 here. So it was a good day today. Oh, hot and muggy. Oh, I could, yeah, I could understand that. And Craig is here. Hey, Craig. And John is here. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Well, it's Monday night, and it's Monday Night Live, and it's just time to chat. Half hour. I know there's always lots and lots of lives all over the place. So I always like to only stay for a half hour. But last time, I was doing some giveaways, and one of the people, I didn't have their address. They hadn't won from me before, and they didn't send me their address. So I don't know if they had clicked off before they realized that they were one of the winners. So I thought I'd give it away because I waited and I didn't hear anything, and so we're just going to give it away. Dana and Andrew, and Susan is here. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, it's raining in Pennsylvania. We have had over 20 inches of rain since we've been back from Arizona. On average, Wyoming only gets about 15 inches, our part of Wyoming. And so we're way above, and we're about to go into a stretch with the 90s. So I was busy over at my community garden this morning because I just, I wanted to water really deep. I wanted to pull any weeds that we had. Grizzly, hello. This is my second time here. How's things? Things are good. I hope they're good with you too. And so I was over at the community garden, and I got over there around 7 this morning because I wasn't sure how hot it was going to be. I hadn't looked, and I just thought, oh, I better get over there before my day gets just crazy. Oh, and Ann is here. Hi, Ann. And Todd is here. Carlene is here. See, people are just popping in. Popping in. Good, good, good. And so I thought, oh, I'll be over there an hour. You know, I'll pull weeds. And one thing led to another, and I watered really deep, and I was there 3 hours. And I get back in my car, and my alarm goes off on my on my phone. I forgot I was supposed to have lunch with my girlfriends. So my hands are dirty. I only have 10 minutes to get there. I got dirt on my knees. My shirt is dirty, but I had a jacket, sweatshirt jacket that you zip up. And so I put that on, and it was like, I guess I'm going like this. So I got in there. One of them was already there. I said, I will wash these dirty hands. But we had a lovely time. And both of the girls have done fused glass with me for a long time. And we just had a blast and catching up. And it's just always so much fun, you know. And Barb is here too. Hey, Barb, how are ya? Oh, Barb got her vanilla. Thanks so much. Yay! I gave some vanilla beans away. But this is what I was talking about. It's magnetic, so you can put it, well, if you had a stainless steel fridge, it wouldn't hook onto it, but it would onto any other kind of metal. And somebody had won this last time I was doing a giveaway, but I never got an address. And so I'm going to give that away today. And I've been busy painting. I got done, I don't think did I show you guys my birds? Oh, and Karen's here too. Hey, Karen, how are ya? So in the chat, tell me if I showed you my birds that I did. They're 4 inches by 6 inches, so it's not a big paintings. I did 2 of them. I did a bluebird and a hummingbird. And I love painting birds. You know, I painted owls not too long ago, and I made a big one with Mary, and then I made 2 little ones. And so thought I'd show them to you because I wasn't sure if I'd showed them to you or not. So here's the bluebird. I like it. It's sealed already, and I got the wire on the back. I haven't signed my name to it yet though, but I liked how it turned out. And then the other one, I did a hummingbird, and I love painting hummingbirds. I've done some different watercolors with hummingbirds. And here is my hummingbird. It's just sitting on, actually, a lemon branch. So this is a lemon flower and the leaves. But I liked it. It was, though he looks a little angry. What do you think? Don't you think he looks a little angry? It's like, why are you mad? But I put little wires on the back so that they can, just do their thing. And then I was feeling kind of whimsical. I like to paint whimsical. So this is the very beginnings of it. I hooked 2 canvases together. These are called offset hangers. And offset hangers, they indent. It's for when you're putting canvases in certain frames and it doesn't fit quite right. It's too wide in the back, so you can do an offset. And so I thought, well, if I took this triangle and I took this bottom, I could do a house. So I'm going to do a whimsical house. I actually drew 3 of them, so I'm going to do 3. So next week, I will show you the finished ones. But I'm going to do whimsical colors, silly, funny, just fun things. When I do the birds, it's a lot of concentration because you're trying to get feathers and you're trying to do all this stuff. But the houses will be fun, I just barely started putting window glass in. So this is the other one. And I'm sure you can't hardly see the drawings on there, but I'm going to add different things with them, and it should just be fun, I might do, when I'm painting, I might do some video of it. Now, I have a problem with one of my aspen trees. It's pretty close to the house, which is not the problem. Angie's been a member for 5 months. Whoo! Thanks, Ange. But it has scale on it. Now, scale on an aspen just looks like these little thick lines. And it's actually the mama scale on top of a baby scale is what you're seeing. So I'm going to do a video tomorrow on how I'm going to get all that scale off of my aspen so it doesn't spread to another tree. And how it came in the first place, I don't have any idea. I don't have it on any of my other trees. But I just can't have it, and because I have several aspens right in that area, and I don't want it to spread. And so tomorrow, after I'm done painting with Mary, I am going to do a video on how you can get it off your trees, and it is so simple. And so that's just a video for this week. Now I've planted a few more apple trees, and I know some of you will go, how can she have room for any more apple trees? But I don't let my apple trees get big. I mean, my tallest one is the one out the door there. And it's actually, the original one had died back, and 4 of them had come up. And so I just call it my girls, because I have 4 girls. And so each one, it produces apples. Now, sometimes rootstock apple is not very good, but these ones are pretty good. And so I'm kind of excited about that. So, and there's quite a few apples on them. I didn't bag those ones, but the ones in the front and the ones way up on the hill, I did bag. So I was planting some more little ones that I had grafted together. And these ones, they'll never get more than 3 or 4 feet tall, ever, in their whole life. And the branches will get thicker and thicker and gnarly, and the apples will just hang on there. And I saw how it looks in Oregon at one of the colleges, and I just fell in love with them. And so I have lots of little apple trees. It will never get big. And when you graft an apple tree, so you have a rootstock and you have a scion, and you graft it together to make your tree. And so you get to pick what kind of apple tree you want. And so this year I'm planting a lot of red fleshed apples because I like them. I like what they taste like. They're much more like fruity. You know, it'll have the apple flavor, but then it'll have flavors like pineapple or candied. And the flesh, the inside, is anywhere from pink to striped to red. And so that's always kind of fun. And, oh, Joe is coming in. He's been bowling. Bowling for dollars. No, he's not really bowling for dollars, but he is bowling.
Good thing.
Oh, he says good thing. He must not have had a good day. Angie says, let me get that. I have a mortgage lifter tomato that is bigger than a baseball. Have ways to go. Oh, mortgage lifters are excellent tomatoes. Excellent. I had a couple red tomatoes in the garden today again, and I'm growing these yellow ones. Now, yellow tomatoes, there's a lot of yellow tomatoes that you can choose from, but most of them are not true yellow. Most of them are a light shade of orange. But these ones are true yellow ones, and they're round like this. And man, are they good. Oh, Angie says hi, Joseph.
Hi, Angie.
Oh, John, I think people are, if you really think about what you do every single day, I think everyone is amazing, and they just get all kinds of stuff done. Joe, you're only partway in the film. Oh, he's only waving. Doesn't really want to get in the film today. My hydroponics is doing good. And I cut a whole bunch of it and gave it to the chickens. But it just keeps busy, and growing. And my basil here is crazy. But you just keep cutting it off and you keep drying it. I have more basil than I can use in 4 years. I'll probably grow basil again next year. But I just like how it looks. Joe, lots of people are telling you hi. Todd just said hi to you.
Who did?
Todd did. Oh, so now he's coming back.
Hello, everyone.
He's funny. So on Saturday we had the herb festival. Now the master gardeners. Oh, just let me answer John's question. He says, how are your giant pumpkins growing? My giant pumpkins are growing good. They're about this big, some of them. So, and we're going to have 90 degrees starting, I think, on Thursday. We go into the 90s, and it's for like a week that we're in the 90s without any chances of rain. So hopefully they'll change that a little bit. But it should really get those pumpkins just like growing like crazy. Now, I don't want a huge pumpkin because I can't move a huge pumpkin. But I do want some big ones. And I have some plants that started growing in my community garden plot that must have been crossed from the people from last year, because squashes can cross. And it started to grow, and I didn't know what it was, and I asked the guy who had the plot last year, because he doesn't have a plot this year, and he said that he grew acorns, and he grew butternut, and then there were some not giant, but big pumpkins by him. But usually a pumpkin actually doesn't cross with most squashes. Pumpkins cross with pumpkins, squashes cross with squashes. Now they are in the same family, and all pumpkins are squash, but not all squash are pumpkins. And so there's only a few of them that can actually literally cross. But anyway, I have this thing growing in my garden from that plant that came up, right? Now, at first I thought it was just a butternut. You know, it's kind of long, it's kind of fat on the end, and that's just what I thought it was. But now, it is literally almost 2 feet long, and it's gotta be, well, it's bigger around than a basketball. I don't have any idea what it is. So then I thought, well, probably somebody was growing like a Hubbard squash in one of the other plots, and maybe it crossed with the butternut squash. So we're just going to have to see about what happens to that one. I did harvest one of my pumpkins, a Thai pumpkin. It's very dark green. I mean, like almost midnight green. So that's been kind of fun. And Bert's here. Bert says, good evening. And everyone to me and to everyone in the chat, is it raining pumpkins? No, but every single time I go over there, there's more pumpkins. At first I thought, oh, I'm not getting very many pumpkins. And then every time I'm over there, I find more pumpkins. Because the leaves are so tall. I bought these little flags to put in there, but the leaves are taller than the flags. And so I can kind of see where they are because the flags are bright orange. But it's going to be a good pumpkin year. But we had the herb festival this weekend on Saturday. The Master Gardeners have an herb festival every other year. And this year we had it out at Camplex Park by the Urban Orchard. So then people could go through the booths. There was crafts for adults and for kids. Everything was free. And then they could go through the Urban Orchard and see all the trees, which looked fabulous. I mean, they're the best they've ever been, you know, but we did have a lot of rain. And the pumpkins will definitely be ready before Halloween. So it'll be awesome. And on my part of the booth, Jody and I had a booth, and then we had junior master gardeners that were with us, and so that was totally fun because they're young, you know, they're well, not even teenagers, they're preteens, most of the junior master gardeners. And so I had 12 different kinds of mint so that they could rub them and have the different flavors. Like, I have them right here. Okay, so this one, I can't even read that. Oh, this is grapefruit. So this is a grapefruit mint. And see, we got roots. And when you rub it, you can smell that subtle, sweet citrus mint. That's what it smells like to me. But I'm going to plant these up in the food forest underneath apple trees. Because then when Joe has to weed eat, because there'll be weeds around him for a while before the mint just covers the whole hillside. And it will just smell so fabulous. And then the bees love the flowers. When I put these in there, it didn't have any flowers. They've grown since they've been rooting themselves. So that'll be fun. But I had 12 different kinds of mints, and then I handed out these sheets. So if you guys are interested in mint, send me an email, and I'll send you the links to all this information. Like it shows, like there's like 3 sheets of all kinds of mints. It's how to grow it, how to preserve it, how to cook with it. There's some recipes in there, and I just thought it's fun. How to fertilize your mint. Angie says, the bees, that's right. Angie says, I cut down the big elephant ear today. Couldn't get rid of the spider mites. Well, hopefully, it should just send up some more leaves. I gave Angie an elephant ear that when she was down in Rapid, I went over and then it had spider mites. And I had not noticed them when I took them over. So I don't know if they were in the soil and they just I'm not sure that, because usually you notice those, but I didn't see them at all. And I had them for a while, like 2 weeks before I gave it to her. So I had to say sorry to Angie. She wasn't happy with me because she had spider mites. And she used hydrogen peroxide. You can spray them, take it outside, spray it hard, and usually knock them off. But you just cut it down, it'll grow again. So hopefully it's not in the soils. And Julie's here. How are you, Julie? Julie, I'm giving away, in just a few minutes, I'm going to give away this. I tried to give this away. It's magnetic on my last live, but the person never sent me an address. So lucky for you guys, somebody can win. Now, I moved some of my apple trees into the shade because it's going to be 90 degrees, and they're in pots. And I had planted those ones up on the food forest, on part of my hill in the back. I call it the food forest. And I have been picking choke cherries. A lot of choke cherries. Oh, good. Julie got the magnet. Yay. She was one of the winners. And so I'm picking choke cherries. Now, I have an unusual choke cherry, and I wondered if any of you guys have one. I have a choke cherry that makes yellow choke cherries. They found it actually along a riverbed. I read the story about it. It was like a sport. A sport is when a tree, say an apple, will have one branch and it makes a different kind of apple. It's just a weird genetic thing. And then if they like that, then they take cuttings, they root them, they graft them, they do all kinds of stuff. So you can buy yellow choke cherry bushes. Well, I got several choke cherry bushes one time, and I made them go up the hill. And when it finally got big enough to make choke cherries, they looked different. They were, instead of going from the green to the red to the black, they went from the green to yellow. And I thought, what is happening? And so then I had to, because I'd never seen a yellow choke cherry before. They're sweeter than other choke cherries. But now I have one. And I think this year I have enough to make some jelly. So I'm totally excited. I'm going to pick them tomorrow afternoon when I pick some more choke cherries. Oh, Angie says that she has to go. If I win, give it to somebody else. Ah ha ha. Okay. I have harvested my potatoes. They were all laying down, and I wanted to plant other things in my community garden bed, and so I dug one up. I got potatoes this big, I got small ones, I got all kinds of sizes. And we've been eating them. They have been fabulous. But they were earlier than what I usually do. But I did plant them earlier too, because May was so nice for us. And so, John, yes, potatoes are good. Now, one of the things that I do with potatoes is usually sometime after the 4th of July, I cut the tops off the potatoes. And so I actually basically cut them in half. Usually they're done flowering. If they're going to flower, not all potatoes flower. And it just works out good, and you get more and more bigger potatoes. And so that's what I do. And Carol is here. Hello. How are you, Carol? How hot is it down there? 105, 110. The gentleman that's watching over our house down in Arizona, one of our water systems failed. And he said that some of the trees were a little stressed. And so he was first going to try the batteries in the water system, and otherwise he was just going to buy a different one and then tell us how much it was. And so, but it's been extremely hot down there. In Yuma, it's been 110, 115. And he says at night, it does not cool down. He says you go to bed and wake up in the middle of the night and it's 95 degrees. That's hot. Carol says it's 103. Whew, doggies. That's warm. Not as warm as 115, but that is still warm. Make sure you stay safe. Now, let's give this away. Okay? It's a magnet. So I am going to just... Oh, Karen says that it's way too hot in Pacific Northwest, Washington. 93. That is hot for you guys. When I lived in Washington, I lived there 2 summers, 1 winter. And every afternoon it rained. It was just crazy. It was fabulous, actually. You just knew every afternoon it was going to rain. And one summer, it was almost the entire summer that it did that. And not huge amounts of rain, but enough to cool everything down, and it was nice. Oh, look who's here. Calling me Sandy Pants. Doug, how are ya? Tell Shelly I said hello. Oh, hot for another 2 days. That's probably where we're getting our 90s in 2 days. It's from Washington. Ha! Ann says it's above 1,000 degrees for 2 months nonstop here. Texas has been hot. Oh, she says, sorry, 100. I thought you were just joking. Doug says that it's 2,000 degrees here with 500% humidity. That is crazy. Okay, so I'm going to type my stuff, and it's going to see who the winner is. And you do have to live in the continental United States, because the post office gives me such a bad time trying to mail stuff out of the United States. So let's see who our winner will be. And it's just going to pick from people that made comments. So we will see. Come on, Nightbot. Just pick somebody. Oh, and Angie is the winner. And she's already left. And she said to give it to somebody else. So I'm typing again. And then I'm going to send her a message afterwards. No, don't congratulate Angie yet, because she left and she said she did. Because she knows that I will just make her one. So let's see who Nightbot picks this time. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Come on, Nightbot. Pick somebody. It's thinking. Look at that. For the second time it says that she is in winner. And it says that she doesn't subscribe to this channel. 1, she does subscribe. 2, she's a member. And 3, she's my daughter. So I know she does. Huh. Todd says, I haven't won anything for a while. Okay, let's do it again. Let's see who Nightbot will say. Nightbot, Angie doesn't want to be a winner. So it's picking again. Let's see who it is. It's thinking hard this time. It's taking a while. Nightbot doesn't know who to pick. Carol, you are the winner. And I know I have an address for you. So, Carol, tomorrow I will mail this to you. So, congratulations. That was kind of fun. And Angie will think that's funny that it picked her twice. So, congratulations to Carol. And Carol, I'm going to write you down so I don't forget. That is awesome. Now remember, if you want those sheets on the mint, one's right here, just send me an email and I'll send you the links for them, because it is really interesting. Because who would have thought that there was mints that were grapefruit, lime, orange, apple. There's actually a mint that is called julep for mint juleps, which is totally crazy. But there's ginger mint and curly spearmint and peppermint and Swiss mint, and it's just, I have 3 pages of different kinds of mints in here. Australian bush mint, and it kind of gives you some information about each of those mints, so that's kind of fun. but we are already at 30 minutes. The vineyard chicks have their live in a half an hour. And there's probably other people that have lives tonight too. It's always so busy, and that's why I always try to keep it at a half hour. But it was nice to see you guys. Look for the video tomorrow on the scale that's on my aspens, because there's a lot of trees that can get different kinds of scale. And this way is very easy to get rid of it without spraying or chemicals or anything like that. I'm all about anything that doesn't have chemicals. And it works. So I'll have that video tomorrow afternoon. And I hope you guys have a great week. And you enjoy the sunshine. You don't get too hot. Be careful. Carol and all you guys that are way above 100. Anne, be careful. And Anne, tell those girls I said hi. So everybody, I'm going to let you go. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And congratulations again, Carol. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.